Hello, I'm RetroRyoHazuki81, and I want everyone to know that it's good to know how to utilize YouTube for maintaining your health, maintaining, maybe it's like for learning something. If you're going to do it yourself, then yes, you should know how to, like DIY, do it yourself. Like, let's say I'm combing my hair. Okay, comb my hair. But if you want to, well, actually, let me say this right here. This is something, everybody's got different hair, different body. Just do what you do on your own anyway. Now, let's say I'm stressed, I'm tense. First, I'm tense, and then I'm stressed. Stressed, like, stressed, not feeling good. What do? I could look up on YouTube right now, and it'll tell me how to relieve anxiety and stress from my body. For example, I could go outside and I could take a walk, or I could stretch on the mat that's on the floor right now, or I could lift weights somewhere that's safe environment. So now let's talk. I'm gonna talk to just to let everybody know what does get me stressed out. So if you see me around this neighborhood, around the community in Riverview, and I am feeling stressed out, just remember all that I'm talking about online is what I achieved early on in my life, and that what I had earned in my life was a very prominent special talent and gift in the martial arts. It's not. Now, how to explain it? It's a naturally born gift. According to the cry teacher I first had, related to one of my neighbors, he says to my mother, he says, your son is naturally gifted in martial arts. Those are his words. Oh, he tells my mother that, but see, the thing about this is, the parents that when they find that out, they have to know what to do about that. Now, that's the thing about my life. What are the people I'm living around and live with? Don't get me wrong, I do care about them and I love them as family, but the problem I have is that they just never seem to really understand me the right way. So if that's the case, I might have differences, issues that come up all the time because maybe what's on their minds is something else the other son is good at, or what they're going through, and I just don't matter. You see, maybe that could be it sometimes. But you see, when I'm good at martial arts, it's art. Now, I want everyone to know in this house here, there's paintings around the house, and there's still some of maybe a relative's paintings here, but they're not really that valuable, I don't think, unless they're represented correctly. Now, this is what I think should have happened in my history. If my parents would have realized what I'm good at, my art, my martial arts, is really, really expensive. And today, the intellectual property of what these martial arts are worth, when they're done with the real talent of Ryuzuki and Jin Kazama, yeah. Um, so it's really expensive what this martial arts are worth. And the real practitioner doing these things is the chosen Ryuzuki, the only one in the world. And Jin Kazama, the only one in the world. You're looking at him right here. So that's expensive. Okay, that's supposed to be expensive. And this person, see, how to explain it? I don't believe he's depicted to really be like Asian, but that's what I'm talking about too. You notice how some of the fighters in these martial art fighting games are they're focused on their other nationalities. You see, so they're not just concentrated only on Asian people. I know they are saying Jen Kazama is Asian, but to me he's not. You know, maybe you could consider him like a different nationalities, but he's a human being. Oh, I had an ex-girlfriend. I won't even say. Not even say anything. Okay, because just watch Tekken Bloodline. What's that thing in the middle? Okay, I'm not gonna say no more. All right, but somebody told me that you still have your life purpose. Now I don't know what he knows or whatever, but he's somebody, So I don't. Okay, I said too much. He said you still have it. It's strong. You can see it. Your third eye. I don't even know much about third eye. I really don't. But I've heard about chakras. You know, um, I was supposed to get a palm reading. My karate teacher told me to get a palm reading. He advised me to get a palm reading. I never got my palm read because it's cost money. I have to go somewhere. He said find a guru and have him give you a palm reading or a psychic reading or something. I never did that. Now I'm this guy with this special life history and some kind of more of a purpose since I was born, I guess. To me, I'm like how to say it. I'll just say it. I don't want to be arrogant. Sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to save the world. I'm like the coolest hero ever born. To me, I'm Ryu Hayabusa for other reasons. But I don't know why I how to say it. There's some things in my life I don't know why I remember something more of my history, and maybe it's giving some kind of relations to this Ninja Gaiden. Okay, so Ninja Gaiden is like the Western hero. See, I don't really know. Like, am I supposed to be like a ninja growing up? I mean, and the one guy, because in Spain there's a lot of people that are assassins. You know, that's what our country, they have that there, but there's also maybe assassins in Italy or other countries too. It's not just Spain, you know, but oh, so like people that are Spanish, some people that are Spanish are naturally gifted in any martial art, any sport, any art, but I'm like that, I think. I picked up on cooking on my own. I taught myself, did it myself, and taught myself how to cook on my own. So I can cook anything, and I can do it probably really good, better than anyone. Maybe better than anyone. I mean, I don't mean to say really good. I was thinking of saying maybe I can do it better than anyone. Cook anything better than anybody. But I don't know why I have that talent. It's just in me anyway. I can cook anything, like nothing, man. I can cook seafood like nothing. I bought this bag of white fish from the store. It was like the white fish with. So what it is, it's the heads were cut off, but the bones were within the body. So I didn't realize that they have the tail, these white fish, and then they're frozen. It's a bag of white fish. It's like from the Pacific or somewhere, and the heads are cut off. But then what it is the body has the scales, and then it has the white meat fish inside, and then it also has the bones in it. So if you want to eat this fish, you have to know how to sever it with a knife, sharp knife from the center somewhere, and then slice it apart, and then you have to remove the bones. So it's like that, but you have to know how to cook it. You have to know how to make it come like looking like it's good to eat, something good to eat. I bought a bag of whitefish from Kroger at one time, and I cooked it. It came out okay, but what I forgot to do, you're supposed to also remove the scales. So when you remove the scales, it's like it's kind of like a tedious process in a way. You have to carve the scales off the skin of the fish because you don't want to eat the scales. It's bad for you for some reason to eat the scales. There's like, is there mercury or something in it? I mean, I don't know exactly what's in it, but yeah. So anyway, this is just me. I'm watching about Korean. I like studying Korean. Thinking of leaving the country one day and going somewhere else because maybe it's not working out for me in America sometimes. And so I'm thinking of going to another country. How to say it? I believe I'm misdiagnosed with So I had this really impressive, very impressive, cool talent in the martial arts at age 14, and so this talent was what made Shenmue. Now this talent is also what made this Shin Kazama Tekken. So this is why I can do these moves still, and the more I have stress in my life, you see, it's hard to do this talent. How to explain this? I'm fighting like crazy to get my money because I know I earned it. And I know I'm not supposed to not have it. See, the teacher, when he left Arizona, he only had so much time. We only had so much time to talk about things in the changing room. And that's like the disadvantage that everybody had. Now, see, what I've done is what changed the world and what changed the fighting system. It changed the UFC, like, or whatever the fighting matches. The UFC became something like an organized. It became an organized, you know, like groups for fighting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So they're not, like something that's not an organized establishment. The UFC, and yeah. So now that's something I used to do. Sometimes I'm thinking of to stop training the martial arts at times, but I know if I like stop training, then why would I want to stop exercising? You see, so to me, exercise like walking, jogging, cycling, jumping, kickboxing, it's aerobic. That's not good enough for me. It's all related to all these martial arts that I can do anyway. So why would I stop when I can still do it anyway? It just doesn't make any sense for me to stop training, to stop doing these things. Did you know that Shaolin monks, I studied them online, and I found that it appears they don't have sex in their lives. Well, the Shaolin monks. Now, are they all like that? I'd have to research that again. But I have found reference that Shaolin monks, they don't have sex, and they like to stay away from garlic and onions because it creates passion and certain feelings that they try to stay away from because they practice in a certain way of life. Like if they're Buddhist, they're not going to live a certain way. They don't want to pursue those kind of feelings. So that's why they don't eat certain things in their diet. You know what I'm saying? So me, how to explain it? I've been around people from other parts of the world. I used to be a part of the multi. Well, I guess I could still be considered. I'm part of the Multicultural Council within the Dominican International Institute. They'll always remember me, or should I say the Dominican International College. So I know people that are from Spain. I know people that are from Miami. I know special people that are from there, and special people in other parts of Michigan, other counties. I've met them. I've been around them. They know me. I'll never forget them. Because I'm here in this Riverview, Michigan. Now, the problem with this being here is that it's my belief, and it's like a fact to me. To me, it's factual that I am misdiagnosed with mental illness. Okay, so if I had sex with girls that were really in love with me, they're so in love with me, and there's girls from different nationalities that were really in love with me in 1995. They were wanting me so bad. I made them cry at times. I feel terrible at times that I made them cry so much. And that's because, just like when Ryohazuki is asked by Tom from the hot dog truck, what does he ask? He goes, Ryo, hey, karate boy, come over here, have some lunch with me and my Japanese girlfriend. Hippity hop. You know what happens? Well, Ryohazuki says, oh, hi Tom, I'll see you later. Sayonara, gotta go, arigato. And he has to leave because he has to go to karate training. He says, I gotta go to karate class. Gotta go to karate training. That's all Ryohazuki cares to do. And that's the likeness of myself, because this is supposed to be my likeness, supposed to be my new name, Ryozuki. My karate teacher, when we had karate class, he calls me out before the class is over. He's got his other colleague, Don, karate certified teachers, teaching the class. He's so intrigued by me, he calls me out just before the class is over and has a word with me in the office, in the changing room. And he's excited to tell me, he says, Ryan, your new name is going to be Ryozuki. He knows I'm talented. He can see the talent in me. He knows, the fire in my training. He knows I've got it. So that's the thing about myself. Now, what I really want to say. Okay, has anyone heard of Chuck Norris, Carlos Ray? All right. Well, I'm kind of having a background of this man. Now, he's a good man, and he's a very cool guy. I respect him. I know he's friends with Bruce Lee in his history. So it's Carlos Ray, Chuck Norris, Walker, Texas Ranger. I'm sure many people have heard of him. He's from the same karate federation that I'm from, and he's from Texas. Okay, so some of the history of him is that he's born in Ryan, Oklahoma. And so he's there, and now I have a cousin, and he took a picture of his ranch, Lone Wolf Ranch, in Bryan, Texas, and I do post that online sometimes. This is when he was alive. So it appears that he passed away in Hawaii. Now, what I'm saying about this person, so he's a cool guy, Chuck Norris. A lot of people have heard of him. But what I need to say about this person, Chuck Norris, is everybody has different people in their lives, different backgrounds, different genetics, different things about them, truths and untruths. So it's my belief that the people that I'm growing up with here, maybe at one time there are different people I was growing up with too, and I just don't remember that for some reason at times. But there's some vague memories. I remember some other people in my history. I think maybe the people I'm living with today, they don't want me to remember that sometimes, but there's like some kind of a crazy misunderstanding or something at a church, and it's not just something I really want to talk about, but it's not funny. It's not funny, okay? But it's just something pretty different, and it's something that I don't really like to really avail. But I do know it's part of this likeness of tech, and I'm thinking it's not something I'm sort of supposed to really know about if the people I'm living with think I don't remember, but sometimes I remember everything. That's what meditating does for me. And the karate teacher I had, he says, Ryan, I'm going to leave in Boone, Arizona. I'm going to be a police officer there. I'm going to make it over there. But one thing I want to tell you, I want you to remember to meditate. And so I always took those words to heart at times. And so that's why I will meditate. And this is why my memories come back to me sometimes when I meditate. So, especially when I, do this is what happens. My memories come back. So, here's the problem I have. I want everyone to understand this. It's a problem in a way, okay? But some people that break laws, maybe they're people that I'm related to. And I might think they're pretty shitty, evil people. I don't know what to do about them, but it's not that I want them. The worst comes to mind sometimes, but they might be. I don't want to say too much, but there's such a problem sometimes. Sometimes I want to say sometimes men get jealous of other men, and that I find myself. That's a lot of what I go through in my life. There's men in my life that get jealous of me all the time. And even women. People just get jealous of me. To me, this area is not good enough for me. No way. This Wayne County it's not where I'm supposed to be. It's just not good enough because to me, I'm supposed to be a wealthy, successful celebrity. I'm supposed to be a martial arts movie actor all my life since I was old enough to do this. Now people get jealous of something I'm good at. Like I said, this art, all around the house here, it's not something of value to me. Maybe it could be sentimental somewhat, but I don't think it really would be. I mean, I remember my family in that, but I sometimes don't want to remember anyone here. Like this came from Texas, but it's special to the family. But I think it's cool. It came from Texas, but like me, see, I mean, my family took like a San Antonio trip and bought this from the boardwalk, Riverwalk, something, I don't know what it is. So, there's maybe things in this house that are special to them, but, what's special to people around the world? A lot of people in Europe, a lot of people in America, Japan, especially too, um, Asia. I think what's more special to them than these paintings in the house like that, it could be anyone's. Okay? And that, not to say that's not of any value. I'm sure it is. And you know why it would be of value? Because the way I'm supposed to be represented all these years, I'm actually Ryo Hazuki. I'm actually Jin Kazama. And all these claims are within that degree. But there's something more secret, I think, about my family. And they're not wanting to say. No, you notice how I I look like this, maybe I look like a little Asian, Spanish. I mean, I think I might have some Asian in my blood. I might have some Chinese, some Japanese. I'm just thinking for some reason. It does say that Jin Kazama is half Japanese, half Chinese. Now, I think there's some Chinese and some Japanese in me, but I don't really want to get into it why, but I do think that. I'm not living alone sometimes, but I do believe I have some Asian in me. I just never checked what I am with, DNA testing. I want to say one thing. I think that Solid Snake, now this is supposed to be my likeness to unbelieving. I do the same move, but there's something more about me, I believe. So from PlayStation 1, MGS, Metal Gear Solid. I'm supposed to have the looks and likeness of this Solid Snake. I think I had a brother at one time in another country. Was he in Spain? That might be possible. I think there's some rumor out there possibly, but I don't know because nobody wants me to know nothing. Now I need to say this. There's one girl I dated, and she's a fake relationship, and this girl, to me, I don't want to be mean to her, but the problem I have is that it's like she had it in for me, I'm thinking because her friends, family, there's even maybe people in my own family. They don't want to see me with a girlfriend. They don't like me to date. I believe that it's what they're thinking is that they're wanting to say this. They want to say it. They can't stand me with another girl because then who are they? Everyone wants to think they're sexier than some of the men in my family. It's disgusting to me, but what am I going to do? So this is the problem I have. They're saying that Ryan, he's there like saying all he does is masturbate. That's not all I do is masturbate. And they might say he's a chronic masturbator. They might say he has a disease. These are all rumored lies. I want people to know they're rumored lies that people would say about me, and don't believe rumored lies about my reputation. For some reason, I think what it is because I earned this martial arts degree. Now there's a Polish community here where I'm living. And people don't understand this. This is an American community. It's not a bad community. It's American. I'm American. Yeah. It's also a Polish community. To my knowledge, I'm not Polish, but that's what I'm saying, okay? But if I'm living around here, you could call me Polish too, because around here the culture is Polish, but that's something I don't really know how to understand at times. What their culture's like, I don't know. Um, I'm I'm raised with people from Mexico all around me, people from Mexican town, Mexican American, Spanish people, maybe some Puerto Rican